Countdown.
We're live.
All right, rise and shine. It is Merle card time, and I'm with Dan, the great curator. And below us,
everybody?
we have Steve, Flipping Steve. He's on our show. He's going to be our guest today. So, Steve, it is an honor and a pleasure having you this evening.
Oh man, I'm glad to be here. Glad you finally made room for me. I know I poked and I prodded enough, and I brought you on my channel, to make you feel guilty. And then now here I sit. I made it.
Well, Steve, so what have you been doing this week? Have you got any good pickups or anything?
It's been good. I'm really heavy into Marvel right now.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are, or a lot of people, there's a market shift happening where I'm not saying people are necessarily leaving a certain market, but I think people are trickling in to the Marvel card market. I can tell just over the past 2 weeks of when I've been buying heavy to today, the same stuff I was buying 2 weeks ago, I can't get at the prices I was buying it 2 weeks ago. And then, odds and ends. I'm really into the Hollywood stuff, music stuff, that stuff that is fresh and fun. And, I'll get a sports card here and there, but typically right now, my sports cards are for reselling. A lot of the other stuff that I'm buying is for either holding shorter or just holding for my collection.
Now, I heard you're also going to the Culture Collision show in Atlanta. Is that right?
Yes. It'll be my first show that I'm setting up. So I'm setting up for the first time ever, and I have no idea what to expect from the dealer side of the table. And that's why I've been buying a lot over the last couple of weeks. And I've been buying a lot of stuff that I hope that the room isn't flooded with. Now, I know there will be other people with the items that I do have, but for it being a decent sized show, I want to have, just different stuff that people can walk up to. Like you guys said on your last show. You can only see so many Brady's and Lucas and stuff before you get overwhelmed or you just get nauseated at looking at that stuff.
Right.
And then you find something else that's cool and you're like, wow, that sparks my interest because I've never seen it before. Didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, you definitely need to bring the oddball, unique stuff. And you are, like I said, you are the king of oddball and unique stuff. And that's why I started watching you last year on YouTube. I think back when you even had just like 10, 20 viewers. I was a big fan. I was like, oh my gosh, here's somebody that has triggered me and inspired me to invest. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only person who wants to collect music cards and other oddball stuff. And I was like, oh my God, there's other people out there. So I was definitely admiring you and watching every video you ever posted since then. And I have you to thank for. So thanks, Steve. So I can't wait to show all our cards together in Atlanta.
I feel like when you talk about oddball now, though, what is the definition of oddball? Because
exactly, yeah.
Back then, it was the concentration on sports. So when you did buy even a Marvel card or a Star Wars card, it was odd. It was odd. But nowadays, it's becoming more and more the norm, which is great because there's such a much bigger menu to choose from, other than just sports. There's other things that everybody loves. Everybody loves sports, but it's okay to love movies. It's okay to love music. It's okay to love your Marvel movies, and it's okay to love Disney, and things like that. So it just touches a bigger demographic.
Yeah. So folks, if you haven't seen any Flipping Steve shows, check him out on YouTube at Flipping Steve and also on Instagram at Flipping_Steve. Is that correct, Steve? Flipping_Steve?
Yeah, Flipping_Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. So check him out. Like he's been on about a year and a half?
It's probably going on a year and a half now. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congrats.
Yeah.
And so let's start saying hello to some of the viewers, answer some of the Q&A. Shall we, guys?
And before we get into that, though, I'd just say,
Okay.
we just booked our tables for Atlanta too, Steve. So we'll be there. Don't worry. We will break you in. We'll answer your questions. We'll get you ready to go. We'll do it, but me and Merlin, we have a very aggressive way that we like to do these shows. So hopefully, you can hang out with us and be part of the group and stuff. Maybe you can even get a table right next to us because they allow you to pick your tables.
Yeah, that would be great.
Did you pick your table yet?
Yeah, I picked it. I thought you had to pick it ahead of time. I wasn't sure.
That's
like
okay.
I said, it was my first time.
Yeah.
And I got 3 tables and
wow.
I just kind of picked them all together.
How many display cases you have?
Well, it's not just me. There's going to be a couple other people setting up
Mm.
with me, but I went ahead and booked the tables and got that all taken care of. So we would be
Okay.
together and things
Well,
like
cool.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
gonna be
he's-
a fun show.
He's setting up with Ken Fornos.
Oh, really? Wow,
Yes.
that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and Dustin should be coming into town too. So
We'll have to dry his tears because Gary Payton today. The news. Poor
Gary
Dustin.
Payton? What
Sean
happened?
Payton.
Sean Payton. Sorry,
Payton.
not Gary Payton.
I
Sean
was like-
Payton.
I was
The
like,
coach
what
of the
happened now?
Saints.
What
Sean
happened
Payton.
now? Okay. All right, let's talk to some of these people here. What's
Yeah,
up,
let's
Jordan?
say hello to everybody. Hi,
Jordan's
Dan
in
and
the
Merlin.
house.
Looking forward to a fun show. It's going to be a good one, Jordan. 19th vintage. I heard this place for oddballs. It definitely
Yes.
is.
19 vintage in the house. Jago's
Hey,
in the
everybody.
house.
Hey, Jago.
Steven
Steven,
Ryan's in the
good
house.
evening,
Steven
everyone.
Ryan, what's up? I see Steven Ryan
Yeah,
around.
our
Global
friend from
Sports
Australia.
Mister. Good day
Yes.
there, amigos.
Yes, my uncle Vincent is in
Oh,
the
yeah,
house.
I'm in, gentlemen.
Money Mike.
What up, Money Mike? This
Okay,
industry
Vikings
guy.
here. Vikings
up?
here. The LA hobbyist, AJ.
Oh, what's
in the
up,
house.
AJ? Hey, yeah. What's up, buddy?
Yes.
X
Search is in the house.
howdy.
Let's see here. Let me just answer this question here.
Okay. I
Real
hope
quick
there isn't
here.
much discussion on the negative. Heard enough already today. Ready to move on. Well, I
You know,
agree with
I
what
think-
do you say, Dan?
I think that we will address it a little bit, but it's not going to be the major part of the show. But I think it warrants some comment between us, between the three of us. So we will talk about it a little bit, but it's not. It's just going to be like, there are bigger things for us to talk about, such as my Whatnot debut yesterday. So thank you.
Oh, yeah.
for
How'd it
everybody.
go?
Yeah, it went really well. I've got a lot to say about that platform too. Very interesting things that we can definitely talk about. So we'll definitely get into that. Adam's in the house.
Adam, Atlanta's going to be amazing. I'm working with my cousin.
Yes.
He's got 6 tables.
Let's
Wow.
see.
To the Moon Collectibles. Hello,
Yes.
everyone.
Dave is here.
Dave, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Jerry West, Jim Brown, etc. Those cards have such great history and truly rare.
Right. The other
True.
Dave is here.
Hot Atlanta, where they filmed The Walking Dead. Yes, I'm
Yes.
hoping to bring some of my Walking Dead cards.
Yeah. Feed the gods. This is
Good
Aaron.
evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What's up, Aaron?
Yes. PSA slab guys in the house.
Looking forward to positive discussion.
What's up,
Exactly.
PSA? What's up?
Positive,
What's up?
guys.
Positive discussion. Yes. Matt's in
Mo
the house.
Batagia, what's up?
Let's see.
Justin,
Justin's in the
what's
house.
going on, guys? Can't wait to talk to you guys in Atlanta about Marvel, Lego.
Yes.
My ego.
Alex is here.
Good evening. Woo.
Alex is in the house.
You're gone. Let me drink.
Jordan will
Jordan,
also
what-
be set up.
Yes, I just bought a Nathan Chen autographed figure skating card from him today. So
Okay.
he messaged me on eBay.
Okay, so I think we got a pretty good room right now, 49 people. So
49 so
people-
far. It always builds
yeah,
up.
49 people. A lot of people joining. So let's just get this out of the way. Let's not devote too much time to this, but let's talk about the negativity that's been going in the hobby. It seems like this ongoing drama. It's like every week there's one story after another, which it gets a little bit exhausting at times. I think the latest thing now are these clowns that are just like trying to make fun of people, making fun of me and some other guys like that. I'll give you guys my opinion on that. I just think to me, I was thinking about trying to directly respond to these guys, but I'm not trying to waste my time on that negativity. I've got better things to talk about. I'd rather be talking to you guys about these upcoming shows, about Marvel cards. I'd rather be showing off my collections, things like that. I don't need to stoop to their level because I really feel like they're beneath me, to be honest. I mean, they can say whatever they want, but I just think that they have their crowd that they cater to, and we have our crowd. We have our people that we cater to. So that's where I want my focus to be. I'm interested to hear you guys' comments.
Yeah. On my shows, I don't care if you're an alpha, a beta, straight, gay, what religion, color. I don't care. I just want everybody to be happy at my party. This is my party. I want everybody to be happy at my party. So you come as you are and you just enjoy your cards and you share your cards and you're trading, you're collecting, you're investing, whatever it is, whatever it's card or collectible related. I just want y'all to have fun, and we're not here to judge. I just want you to have a good time. How about you, Steve?
Yeah, and everybody will have their own followers. People will always have opinions, disagree, not agree, whether it's, opinions, facts, people making stuff up. I think a lot of this is viewership. Let's be real. How many of us stop or slow down when we go by a car accident, right? Because we want to see the drama, right? We want to see the stuff. So there are people that want to see that, and there's people that want to capitalize on the people that do want to see that. And it's just something that'll always exist. It'll never go away. And you just go about your day and you say, hey, it's not going to bring me down. I'm going to do my thing. It's there, whether it's in, the sports cards, it's there. And I know a lot of us, this is our hobby. This is our escape from that stuff. But the more something and something grows, you're going to have your positives. You're going to have your negatives. As long as the negatives stay to a minimum, it's still a great space to be in. And, just go about. With me, I have thick skin. So, I've worked in a casino for the last 12 years. There's nothing that anybody can say to me that I have not already heard. When you're taking money away from, when drunk people are losing their money, they're not happy. You know what I mean? So I've heard it all. I've been called everything in the book. To me, it's just so.
Well,
I don't like to see it directed towards other people that I consider to be my friends. That is the worst part. For me, say what you want. When you attack people that are my friends, and on my show, I've always been strong in saying that we can debate cards. You don't have to like my players. You don't have to like my cards, my teams, my opinions. You don't have to like any of that stuff. Right. But I'm not going to stand for people personally attacking people in my chat and things like that. And that's how it's always been. I've always been fair as far as you don't have to agree with me, but you're not going to personally attack people either.
Right. And let's just speak to that point real quick here, guys. Like these dudes, I don't even know their names, to be honest. I don't know their names. I don't watch their stuff. I just heard
Let's don't say their names or their
I just heard this through third parties of what they've been saying, right? And I'll just say this: these guys are provocateurs, right? They're trying to get a rise out of people. That's how they operate. If they don't really have much else to give in terms of value that they can create with their content. But I think it's very important that rather than engaging with them, we pull back the curtain a little bit and we tell people what this really is, right? Everybody on this YouTube platform, we do these things for exposure. Our ultimate goal, I would say, for most of us is to build up our audience base to our channels so that we can monetize. And we do that by getting followers, by putting up controversial videos, by getting views, by engaging with people in comments so that the algorithm promotes us to other pages. So I think that we have to realize that that's what this is really about. And if that's the case, the best way that we can address this is by not engaging with those guys, not giving them the comments, not giving them the likes, the view counts, all that stuff. Yeah. I'd rather you guys put that on our channels. I'd rather you guys, if you guys want to say something bad in our channel on the comments for us so that we can get that credit, not them. Let's pull back the curtain. Okay. That's the best way to deal with this. They're going to do their thing always. They're always going to be there. They're always going to have their segment of supporters, but we don't have to engage with them at all. Let's talk about, let's use our energy for something more positive and just take it from there.
Totally agree. You can have said it better. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's go ahead. Sorry.
I'm a freak. I'm a weird dude, I admit. Mm-hmm. And I love weird people, unique people, because like the famous Billy Barty said, he said he never met a normal person he found interesting. So, mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with who you folks are, and enjoy what you do, and don't let anybody put you down. And if they put you down, then just tell them to piss off, dude.
And I'll say this too. I don't care what they say
about your shoulders.
Yeah, I don't care what they say about Mojo, Sasha. Those guys are my friends. Those guys have been gentlemen to me.
They've never done anything wrong to me.
Every time I've interacted with those guys, they've been gentlemen to me. Those are my brothers. I stand with those guys. I don't care what they're saying about those guys. That stuff is just trash to me. Okay. Anything else before we move on, Steve?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, we just have to get that off our chest. So
yes.
Definitely Dan, because it definitely hit Dan directly on one of the videos.
Yeah, but I didn't even hear that guy.
That person was just crazy.
I don't even know what he says, but somebody just told me something about it. But like it means nothing to me. Don't worry, guys. That stuff, I'm not offended by that stuff at all because I didn't hear it, and those guys are so beneath me that it just like they're like what I called them in my video today, sucker fish, right? I don't even see them. They're like on the bottom, feeding off of the dirt on the floor. I didn't see that, guys. I don't know who they are, and we don't need to engage them. Okay, bring those comments to us. To me, to Merlin, to Flip and Steve, bring your attention to us. We don't need to pay attention to those fools. And then that's it. We can move on. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's talk some.
There's some more Q&A, shall we?
Yeah. Texas 210 is
What's
in the
up,
house
fellas?
Here. Alex is in the
Hope
house.
everything is good, guys. It is Axel. Good. Always good to hear from you.
Yes. Let's see. Dave, you're right, Dave. Just ignore them.
Exactly. That's what we're doing, man. But we have to talk about it.
Yeah, what I did is I just like clicked a button to hide them on my YouTube channel, so they don't even show up anymore unless I search them. So I'll never see those guys' channels again. I don't know who they are.
I reported them for homophobic and racist remarks.
Right, as they should be.
Flipping Steve in the circuit. Yeah, man. We got the Hall of Famer here. Yeah, baby. Woo. Rob 19 Vintage. I am the only one that says Nature Boy in Ric Flair's voice every time Dan sits in front of that photo. I probably am and okay with it. Woo!
OG card scammer in the house.
What's up, OG?
Yeah, he was supporting me on Whatnot last night. He was.
Did he buy anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was snipe bidding everybody. He was being real nasty.
Let me ask you about that real quick. So how did you do? Like, I was on for about an hour, and then you had technical difficulties, and then Maria said I could actually come into the living room because, as you all know, I'm in the doghouse right now because I have COVID. Everyone, where is it?
That's not a pregnancy test, guys.
I am not pregnant, but I still have COVID. I've had it for a week. I got it from Dallas. Yeah, I went to Dallas, and all I got was this lousy COVID. I didn't get a T-shirt. But she said I could come out into the room and watch 90 Day Fiance with her and eat my Thai food. So, but I had to sit on the other side of the room and watch 90 Days. So I got to enjoy it. So I wanted to enjoy some time with my girlfriend. So I had to pardon myself after about an hour. But I saw your auction. You were having these 30-second auctions, was really cool. And you were going, wow. I mean, you were getting like $10 to $20 for these cards. And that's what I saw. So how did it go after that?
Okay, so this is my overall impressions. Overall, I did well. I made money.
Okay.
On the raw cards, which I thought would go for like $1, $2, $3, they went like for like $5, $10, $20. Some of it even more than that. Like, I was just astounded by that. My slabs, though, which I thought would go for like $100, $200, $300, they went for like $50 each. I totally lost money on the slabs, and I stopped after a while because I don't think I had the right people.
How long were you?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah, man, I was supposed to go for 1 hour. I had some technical difficulties. Then I got on, and it just kept rolling. Like, people just kept asking, "Hey, can you run this? Can you run that?" And I put it up. And even though I cut my auctions to 30 seconds because they're usually a minute, but I cut it down to 30 seconds, I was on there for like 3 hours, and I ended up selling 65 items that night, which was pretty crazy. I'm still in the process of packing them, which is kind of scary, and I got to send it out.
I know that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, but overall, it was it was really cool. I think the Whatnot platform is very interesting. I feel like people treat it like a game, though, like they're gambling almost, like they're just trying to snipe each other because they got real nasty with the auctions. People like waiting till the last minute, then they snipe each other. Then they're waiting till the last second, then they kept sniping each other. I think Flip and Steve did that a couple times too.
Steve was on there?
He was in there.
He was in the house?
I felt like every item I bid on, people were pushing it up. I was like, man, I hope they're not only bidding because I'm bidding is what I was hoping.
Yeah.
So do you Whatnot a lot, Steve?
The Metroid card went strong. And it was a card, like I said, cards that I'd never really seen.
Metroid? Was that a Nintendo card?
Yeah, I had a Metroid card. You know what's funny? I had that card for sale for like $100 at all these shows. People pass on it. I put it on Whatnot. Boom, it goes for like $170.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was very impressed with that. I think it's a great platform for just moving inventory, right? I'm not confident in like high-end items there. I mean, maybe I don't have the right crowd for it, but I think for like the low-end stuff, You can definitely just put it on there and just see what happens. And it really depends on the crowd. If there's a good crowd, it's very competitive. People will just be bidding, having fun. They want to support me. But if there's not a great crowd, then you're basically, you know, everything's a fire sale. But overall, it's very positive. I like it a lot. I will probably do another one next week and see how it goes. And I'm using it as
time.
Yeah, probably move it up a little bit early because some people complained they're on the East Coast. It was a little bit late for them. But I'm using it as feedback. And I'll tell you guys, I had wrestling, Star Wars, Marvel, sports. Sports sold the worst. And then the two best ones were Marvel and Star Wars. So that's very interesting to me. That was very interesting to me to get that type of feedback. And it's kind of making me making me think about like where my next buys are going to be now that I'm seeing these targeted demographics.
Exactly. Yeah, how about you, Steve?
Well, he mentioned his raw cards went surprisingly higher than he thought. And right now, I think high quality raw cards is the play. If you're looking to make yourself money, and if other people are thinking along the same lines as you, you're looking to buy and grade, especially with the grading companies lowering fees, opening up new services. We've seen it today with SGC. PSA is, getting through their backlog. And so it's not surprising to me that raw cards are really getting popular again, as opposed to, it's harder to buy a slab and then sell that slab at a profit unless you get a really good deal on that slab. It's hard to buy something close to market and then make anything off of it. So right now, the play that I think a lot of people are going with is buy nice raw cards, and our opportunity is coming up. Yeah. And when you look at the PMGs selling graded and raw, and you can get a PSA 7 on a PMG and still probably make a margin on it. And so what's the gamble really in buying those raw? So when you're looking at cards that you think have potential in a raw state, you will pay a premium, and it can be surprising sometimes.
Oh, nice. So Steve, did you win any auctions last night on the whatnot?
No, like I said, everything I went and I guess I could have pushed harder for some other cards, but to me, it was like the Metroid card wasn't a card that I was like, hey, this Metroid card is something I can buy and put in a showcase for myself. That was more or less, this is just going away with some of my cool stuff. But someone else wanted it more than I did. And then
he tried, though. It's not like he just bid once and he gave up. He was like consistently going after it. But I think his name is too big, and people were just trying to get.
Oh, they are. They see him and like, oh, it's Steve. We got to outbid him because he knows what to get. He knows those unique oddball stuff. So
yeah, they were definitely running up the auctions on Flippin' Steve.
You need a new name. You need an
alias.
An alias.
There was a Star Wars card that looked just awesome that I just wanted for my collection too. It had like the 4 Jedi on it, and it was numbered. And it was like a mode or something refractor.
Oh, really? Ooh.
And I really liked that, and I just wanted that to put away also. But so again, somebody else wanted it more than I did.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll have more. We'll have more next week, hopefully.
So next week. So everybody get on the whatnot and look for the Great Curator at the Great Curator, right?
Yeah, please. I have a link in my Instagram. If you click the link and you sign up through that, you get like $10. That's what they say, anyways. So you get like $10 that you can use towards the auction. So please follow me. But I will definitely do another whatnot stream. I think that platform's interesting. I haven't figured out the logistical part where, I got to ship everything and all that stuff. That is taking a little bit of time to figure out, but the actual mechanics of the auction site were pretty cool. But I will say one thing: it is kind of glitchy because I did get kicked out of my room.
I saw you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that made me lose a lot of people in my room. So I think that was a problem. There were some people that their payments didn't go through all the way. So that was a little bit of a problem, but I think they'll figure it out. Overall, I thought the whole experience was pretty good.
Well, guys, we're really blowing up right now. We have 121 viewers. And Steve, I want to take this time. Steve, do you have any of these graded cards? Have you ever used these?
I do not, but there was one around a gold Star Wars card you had on whatnot last night.
Yes.
Mandalorian card.
Oh, you had it, Dan?
He had.
Yeah, somebody bought my gold Mandalorian.
So viewers, if you have,
I saw your Betty White.
If you don't have these, then you should. This is what they look like on the cases. So I got a new Betty White that I'm going to take to Houston with me. Then I've got this Willem Dafoe but these guys are great. They're out of Dallas, Texas, and they're called Graded Guard. And check them out. We'll put the website in our description below. But if you use the password, what is it, Dan? B2 Slabs. B2 Slabs, you'll get 10% off on your order. And they're only, I think, like $12 an order, and then they do bulk too, but you'll have to contact them regarding bulk. But check those guys out. They have a Instagram at Graded Guard. So check them out, guys.
It's a good low cost alternative if you want a little bit protection for your slabs. It's like a cell phone case, guys. Just think of it like a cell phone case. And I think it's cool if you want to add like the color match, but I think for people who go to shows and they put things in their display case, it's particularly useful because it kind of highlights the card.
It does. It made it pop. Definitely made it pop. I bought 7 of these at the Dallas Card Show, and 5 of those cards sold, and the other 2 almost sold. So I had to buy another Betty White because this one sold fast.
Right. Okay, let's get to some of these comments here. They're piling up, but wow, we got 116. We got 116 people in this room. I think this is the Flippin' Steve effect.
It is. It's because of Steve.
Yes.
Thanks, Steve.
We're gonna have to call this
the king of oddball.
Between 3 slabs. It's gonna be between 3 slabs from now on.
Man, I'm just a regular old guy like everybody else.
T. Jones, great comment curator. I definitely agree.
Okay. Let's see here.
Feed the gods. Merle basically said the way I am for the people, and Dan said basically how I am with the community. Really glad to meet you, gentlemen. Ditto. Don't mess with the hobby. Just popped up, and sorry I'm late. I'll catch the replay. Love y'all, brothers. And Zeus teased in the hobby. Prayers and blessings. Prayers and blessings to you too. Charles, what's up, fellas? Let's cause some drama and get some views. Laughing out loud. Just kidding. Charles, it's all Charles's fault. Benjamin Ling. Is it a personal attack if someone says it sounds like you have a Dundalk accent? Dundalk accent? Maybe. I don't know.
What is that? Is that from like Lord of the Rings or something? I don't even understand that.
Dundalk is, I think, is it in Jersey? I'm not sure.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, but no, it's not.
I said Lord of the Rings. I thought it was like a troll accent or something.
It's like Jersey Shore meets Lord of the Rings.
When I talk to people from up north, for me, from Delaware, like Jersey and New York, and stuff, they say I sound like I'm from the South. But then when I go to like Carolina and Georgia, people say I sound like I'm from the North. So I'm kind of like, well, what am I? Just kind of.
No, you don't, man. Billy Works says, "Up everyone, OG's Card Scammer, hit thumbs up." Got it. Okay, where are you, Dan? You got lost?
No, there's just so many comments there. I want to screen them a little bit here.
Oh, don't worry. Also, guys, I want to also announce the premiere of Mer World After Dark, which will be after this show tonight, 8:30 Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern time. So I know I'm going to have Flippin' Steve as my very first guest on my official premiere of Mer World After Dark. Steve, we're going to talk about not only cards, what he's going to bring to Atlanta, but also about music, since he and I both love music. So we're going to shoot the shit. You ready for that tonight, Steve? We'll stay on as long as I can keep Steve up.
And I actually put some cards out because I have my top 10 sports cards in my collection that I like, and then I have my top 10, I guess, oddball. Now Marvel isn't included because all this is Marvel right here. So right now I'm so into the Marvel that I just kind of pushed it into its own category.
That's fine. We'll talk about all that tonight. We're going to get deep cuts with Flippin' Steve. Deep cuts.
Yeah, you guys should definitely tune into that. They're going to get really saucy with some of their takes on things. And I heard there's a rumor that they do the show in their pajamas too. So
my teddy. I have a teddy.
Oh boy.
All right. Okay. Who else? The next questions we got? Justin Vick. I like your strategy. Great curator.
Let's see here.
What's your strategy?
I saw a quick comment that was just like an advice comment. Someone asked what mag size you should use for PMGs. If you're talking about Marvel, the 2017 is going to be 130 point. And then if you're talking about 13 or 15, you can go with a 35 point, but you could also go with a 55 point, especially if you're going to use a pro mold that has the loose sleeve that goes inside so that you're getting a penny sleeve as well as the mag. Sometimes those because they need to fit inside the mag. Sometimes on the 35 points, they can get tight on your corners. So you might want to use a 55. You might want to use a 55 for 2013 and 15 PMGs, and then a 130 because the 2017 card is a thicker stock. So that I just saw that question and I wanted to make sure that.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I never know myself, so I'm always having to like do some research online to figure out what point it is.
Right. Okay, let's get through these comments.
Taylor
here.
Swift says, "Shake it off." Do you still have the Taylor Swift card, Dan?
No, I sold it. I sold it at Dallas. I think. Did I? Yeah, I sold it at Dallas.
Do you have one, Steve? The Kanye Taylor Swift card?
I do not. Most of my
one of those.
Well, my music stuff, like I buy for myself. That's like my collecting stuff. So it's not like I'm not necessarily going to buy a Taylor Swift card for my collection. Not that she's not popular and she has some catchy songs. It's just my stuff like jogs memories for me, and Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Right. For the record, I'm actually a huge fan of Taylor Swift. So yeah.
I don't dislike.
I'll give you guys, the viewers here, a tip. She's got this like crazy. When she was like a 16 years old or something, right? She used to sing on the streets of wherever she lived, Nashville or something, and she would hand out these like little album cards where she autographed it. That is considered her original like rookie card, and there are PSA slabs of those out there. They're extremely rare. So if you guys ever look for like Taylor Swift cards, that is probably the grail that you can find.
Yeah, she's played at the casino I work at a couple times. There's big posters and stuff they have hanging in like the executive areas and stuff.
That's a big casino.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Lucas is in the house.
Love y'all. Love you too, OG. Buddy Mike, you see the PMG set of basketball and card porn? What were they? Did you see it, Dan?
Yeah, I did. It's incredible. Like, you guys don't even know. Most people don't even realize what they're looking at. So basketball PMGs, if those are the 97 ones, which I think they are, those things are insanely expensive and hard to find. So for some guy to put together an entire set, that's crazy. That's like one of the most insane things I've saw. Almost as insane as that one dude who had the entire Marvel PMG set in each color, red, blue, and green. Some guy posted that. I don't know if you saw that, but that was insane. That's probably the best thing.
We had that on the round table the other night with Spidey Jew, and we were trying to figure out how much it was worth.
Right. Yeah, that was awesome.
Matt says that whatnot was awesome. I scoped it out, but we'll be bidding on the next go round.
Did one of you guys win this Captain America?
I was looking at it, but no, I didn't want to bid on it. Oh, holy crap! It went
for
$4,000.
Go for? I saw it.
$4,000. I was watching it. $4,000.
It's already over with the auction.
Yeah, I was watching. Yes, it was at $860, like a couple minutes left. Oh my god,
$860, and then those last few minutes it went up to $4,000.
Wow!
And
what was the PSA on that one? 8.
And 2017, it wasn't even a 13 or 15. That was a 2017 red Captain America PSA.
Let me ask you guys this: Do you think that this is like these are legit sales? You think, or is somebody bidding these up?
I will say there's a sale that I saw the other night that I don't think was legit. A lot of these I do think is legit, though. The one that I can specifically say that I don't think was legit was there was a 2013 and 2015 red Doctor Strange PMGs listed in a lot, and they were raw, ungraded.
I saw that, right?
And I believe they were on a buy it now / best offer for $12,000, and then a best offer was accepted for $8,000. And I'm thinking to myself, a 2013 red sits on eBay right now raw, and a buy it now for $2,000. So it doesn't make sense that unless somebody was really paying that much for the 2015, but it doesn't make sense to me that a 13 is listed raw right now for like $19.99, $2,000. Wow. And there is and somebody bought a 13 and a 15 together for $8,000. That's telling me that they're valuing the 2015 at $6,000. That's just raw in a raw state. Doesn't make any sense. I don't think that was a legit sale.
I think it's the free for all right now. I think people are seeing the prices and they're putting them up at like crazy buy it now or best offers. And there's some people that have FOMO and are trying to get in on this. I think some of these are probably shield bid to an extent. So this is going to go on for a little while, but hopefully it will kind of settle down a little bit. I I see a lot of similarities in what happened last year, where people were just buying things up left and right. But I do think that it will kind of like slowly level out on some point. But some of but what most people are doing is they're just trying to like cash in on this craze right now, and they're just trying to put up whatever they can get, for these PMGs. Maybe they're worth that much. I don't know. I'm a big fan of PMGs, but I'm not necessarily. I was about to say I'm not necessarily paying thousands of dollars for raw PMGs, but I just actually paid thousands of dollars at the show. But that's different, guys, because I negotiated with that dude.
Right.
So
is it a good time to buy or sell PMGs?
Great time to sell. Great time to sell if you have a low cost basis. I think that you can still get in on some of them, but I wouldn't be doing like buy it now offers on eBay for any of these things. I would if I win the auction, then I'll pay whatever the price it is, but I'm not offering thousands of dollars for raw PMGs. You know what I mean? That I can't see with my own eyes.
Yeah, I think the safest way to go if you're still a PMG buyer is to buy raw, because then you leave yourself like we talked later. But it's so tough; they're so condition sensitive, and if you're buying them online, you're running a big risk.
Yeah, you mean you've been buying them for quite a while, Steve? I mean, you bought that Black Widow and some other ones.
About a Doctor Strange Red, like I thought it was a fake sale, and I have this one that's I picked this up for 500 weeks ago, and I got a PSA 8 also, but.
Oh, wow.
So when I see that auction, and that's me saying, I don't think that's a legit sale. If I was somebody saying, to me, I would want to say, yeah, that's a legit sale. That card, they just went for $8,000, but that's not, I don't think that's a legit sale. I wouldn't go out and pay that much.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. I think that the people that are following us, that are kind of relying on us for guidance on Marvel PMGs, because we're so passionate about it, I would not be buying these. I would not be doing like best offers on these things at these prices right now. If there's an auction, you can take your best shot at the auction and see where it ends. But I would not be buying these things out of FOMO or anything like that, because I do think that the prices will settle down at a certain point.
Well, you know what that means, guys? It means look elsewhere. Like at other Marvel cards next, right?
Right.
What's the next PMG?
A lot of people are asking me about that. Like, what is the next insert? And there's a lot out there, guys. There's so many Marvel things. There's so many like low numbered, cool inserts that they have out there. So definitely don't limit yourself to PMGs. They're not the only game in town. But if you do, you can look at the alternative ones, like the bronze ones are still somewhat affordable. The non-numbered MCU ones are a good option. So just kind of play around with that, but just definitely don't be buying PMGs because you think you're going to flip them. Okay. That's a dangerous game to play.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. And I think a lot of these really, really high end sales are just, people with deep pockets, collecting.
Definitely.
Yeah. Which is very interesting, because I think the Marvel crowd is more collector focused, I would say, than flipping focused. Right.
Yeah, and I've learned that in a very short period of time talking with, there's an Instagram thread that we're in with a lot of chat. I wasn't able to make that live discussion they had the other night, which I wish I could have, but it's very collector driven. Like I've always said, when I went into Marvel, I was like, oh, this is a new, this is a new thing, but there's a whole nother group of Marvel collectors that don't necessarily cross into sports. I was sports crossing into Marvel. It's a whole nother what do I want to say,
category, right?
Yes,
that's community. I mean, we talk about the sports card community, but it's a whole nother Marvel card community. We're kind of bridging a little bit right now. But yeah, and I didn't even know that all was out there. There's so much content and YouTube channels and things like that on Marvel cards that I didn't even know existed until I started becoming friends, with some of the guys in the Marvel cards.
You know what's interesting is I was at a comic convention this past weekend. I went to Pasadena Comic Con, and I was expecting to go in there and get Marvel cards where I wouldn't be as competitive. Maybe they weren't keeping up with the sales and stuff. Maybe I could get a deal. So I went in there, and I went through the whole convention like 4 or 5 different times. There weren't a lot of vendors there, but I'll tell you, none of them had Marvel cards at all, which was shocking to me. Like they were comic book dealers, they were toy dealers, collectible dealers, but nobody had Marvel cards. It was crazy. That whole section of comic collectors have not even transitioned to Marvel cards yet. It's a completely different category for them. So I thought that was really interesting. So I think it's only a matter of time before they start looking at those things as holding value, and then maybe going into that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And then I'll also say this about the sports collectors crossing over to Marvel. The feedback that I've been getting is that people really enjoy the subject matter of Marvel cards. It makes them feel happy. You know, they can feel really connected to it from when they were kids or from watching the movies. And then the Marvel category right now is almost like the only thing that's going up. Everything else is kind of staying where it is, or it's kind of volatile. But Marvel is actually the one category that's going up. And when people see that, they get very excited about it. And I think that's why people are jumping in.
Yeah. And the thing, you talk about the sports card, and it's not necessarily the sports cards guys were always just blind to Marvel as a brand. Like myself, I collected sports cards, but I love the movies. You know, I go to the movies all the time. I collect comic books. You know, I do also dabble in the comic books. I have some key issues that I buy that I like, you know, CGC slabs and stuff like that. So again, liking a comic book character, liking sports cards, and then putting a comic book character on a card, to me was, like I said this before, like a perfect marriage from a collecting standpoint. And then, yeah, it's not like Marvel is a new word. It's not like it's this new thing that just popped up as far as a brand goes. You know, all the guys that out there and play sports and dabble in sports cards or buy and sell sports cards, they still go to the Marvel movies. And now, you know, they're kind of like it sparked their interest. Because with so many television shows coming out and movies coming out, and they've all been really good, that's been a positive. Some have been better than others, but I don't think anything has really flopped as far as a series goes. And it's just introducing people to characters in an easier way than it is to go and read a comic book series.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Making it more relatable. It's making it more relatable.
Definitely. And then, you know, it's like the same with the hype. You know, you find out what movies or the series are coming out this year or next year, and you start, you know, investing in some of those, just like, you know, a ball player. And hopefully the show or the movie has a good, you know, turnout, or, you know, does well at the box office, or, you know, has a lot of positive talk and everybody's talking about it, you know, at the water cooler. And those cards go up. I mean, I'm doing very well selling Boba Fett's, because Book of Boba Fett, a lot of people don't like the show as much, especially my girlfriend. She thinks it's a little slower, and the reason she watched Mandalorian was because of Baby Yoda. But I love watching Boba Fett. And at the Dallas show, I had no trouble selling not only modern Boba Fett, but the vintage Boba Fett cards from the 80 and 83.
I think with Marvel, I mean, the subject matter has been something that we always love, right? But I think what really triggered this is just that when you put it into the category of trading cards, they were never really looked at as really things that would help hold value. And, you know, when you look at something that doesn't hold value, maybe it's just a collectible, but it doesn't really interest you, right? But it takes something to happen that will validate that category as having value, like a big auction sale, or a big name person buys these cards. And I think that's what's happening with the Marvel cards right now. Like, these record sales that we're seeing on Golden are validating to a lot of people that, hey, these things are worth money. When we see big stars like Steve Aoki, you know, buy Spider-Man PMGs and flash it on his Instagram account, it brings awareness to that those cards exist and things like that. So, and that can happen to anything. Like we were talking about the entertainment cards, like musician cards and stuff like that. All it would take would be a couple sales and a couple of people posting about Taylor Swift cards or something like that, and then people would be all over that. So I think that's what we're kind of seeing in Marvel. And there's a lot of excitement right now, but when the dust all settles, I think that it will be an established category in its own, just like Pokemon is, just like sports, UFC, soccer, all these different categories. So that's very interesting to watch.
And another thing, this might sound corny, it might sound very small, but collecting comic books takes up a lot of space. Let's be honest. You only got so much space on your walls if you want to display. The boxes are big. if you want to get them out and look through them, I mean, you get a big box. It's heavy if you want to carry it to the table. I mean, and then you got to go, you're going through your marble slabs. You have to actually pull them out the slants to see them. I believe the convenience of having like a character or artwork that you really, really like on something that's a little bit more convenient, a little bit more transportable. I mean, look at it. We live in a world of cell phones because the big phones nobody liked. The smaller your camera, the better. So it's kind of like, I kind of relate it to that as well. For people who have always liked Marvel cards, but are Marvel characters, but been like the comics just aren't for me. They're now like, well, I can get good art and good, and the characters that I like on a card.
Yeah.
And it's been around for a long time. Don't get me wrong. This is nothing new. I mean, I have 1975 stickers. There's 1966 Donruss sets. That would be considered like the vintage of the stuff. And I hand collated a set back when I was in high school of the 1990 Impel. So, I liked them back then. But now with what you see, you're seeing modernization of the cards. You're seeing really good art. You're seeing parallels. You're seeing rarity and scarcity with serial numbers. You're seeing shiny, a lot of stuff that something different, attracts and people individually. Not everybody likes the same thing, but now there's more of a broad spectrum to where they can attract more people because they're putting out different types of cards.
Definitely agree. Okay, let's get back to the comments here.
Okay, let's get some more.
Okay.
So buy some Marvel, folks.
Yes. Okay.
I've been stacking up all my Doctor Stranges.
Nice. Okay. You want to take that comment?
Let's do it. Dan, great take on the situation. Stay positive and stand up for your friends, buddy. I agree.
Appreciate that.
Even your acquaintances, stand up for them. Just this community, stand up for the whole. Merlin, what's your favorite thing to eat while watching 90 Day Fiance? We had Thai food. We love Thai food, Chinese, because usually we watch 90 Day on Sunday nights. So it's usually Maria's comfort foods or Chinese or Thai.
Yes. And let me go back to this comment here.
Okay.
Guys, I definitely think we have to stand up when people are being bullied or, attacked. We definitely have to stand up. But I think a better way to do it, because, again, I'm taking the approach that these guys are looking for attention. I think the better way to stand up for these people that you want to support, like Mojo, Sasha, even myself, is support those people. Clap for them, cheer for them, like them, make that louder than the negativity rather than attacking these other guys, because I think that's what they want. So that's what I would ask out of you guys. Support these guys. Don't defend them, support them. And then that's a better way to kind of go about this.
I think these people have watched too many nighttime talk shows, news shows, and trying to emanate them. That's what I think. They think they can do the same thing, get ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan says, Detroit card show update from last weekend. One dealer had 3 PMGs in a case. Asked him about the cards. Said, not for sale. Then why are they in your case? Am I wrong?
Well, okay. So
You do that, Dan.
Yes. So this is why I do this, guys. I'll put cards that are not for sale in my case because they're like a big attention getter. They bring people to my case and they show people what I want to buy. So it works every time. I know it upsets some people sometimes, but it's only, it's a good way to get people's attention. Otherwise, they're not going to know what you like. So I do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The majority of my things are for sale. Like 95% of things in my case are for sale. But sometimes I put things in there just to get attention. They're like conversation starters.
Yeah, and like for me, if I did something like that, which I plan on doing, but it will be priced. The only thing is that there's something that I really, really like and don't necessarily want to sell. I'm just going to price it accordingly. I'm going to overprice it.
Right.
I'm going to price it above market. And if somebody really, really wants it that bad, then I guess they want it worse than I do. I'll probably throw my Tony Hawk auto in there, but that's not really for sale unless someone is really looking to spend a lot of money. Same with my Dale Earnhardt auto that I have. So
that's beautiful.
Just nice cards, and sometimes it's not always about buying. A lot of people don't come to shows to buy everything that they see, but they can also, appreciate a nice card that they may have never seen before either, because if it's about the cards, and not always just about buying and selling, then you can show off your cards and show people, hey, and somebody might see a card they never even knew existed, again, like we talked about earlier, or again, pique someone's interest into something else.
Now, I'll definitely say, if you display it, they will come. I'll keep saying that over and over again, because Dan preached that to you in the beginning, and he is totally right. When you go to a big show like Dallas, or we're going to Houston next week, and then Atlanta, whatever your display case is what people are going to bring to you to try to sell to you as well. And it's so true. I had a lot of wrestling cards. People brought me great wrestling cards. Dan helped me, appraise them. And I bought really some good stuff. And I bought some great Marvel. I bought some great Star Wars. So I was very happy, not with only what I sold, but what also that I bought and traded with as well.
So don't get upset about that, guys. It just happens sometimes, but at least you get to enjoy the card. And if you really want it, make them a crazy offer, and then maybe you'll get it.
All right, let's hit some more questions. Have I read this one yet? Steve has a great Marvel Vibranium collection. Dan, are you getting to Vibranium cards? Are you saying these are the new PMGs?
Okay, all right.
Oh, I think I just
vintage.
What
Vintage Lord
here?
Vintage Lord caught me on this one. I am buying up Vibranium cards. I just tell you guys, who cares? Who's gonna watch this? Who's gonna watch this live at the 51-minute mark, right? If you don't watch it all the way through, you're gonna miss this tidbit of information here. But yes, I am buying Vibranium cards. I think those have a lot of potential. So that's where my focus is right now. That's all I'm just gonna say about it, guys. That's it.
And how about you, Steve? Do you have a Vibranium collection?
Well, what I said for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've been going hard on Marvel. It's mainly been Vibranium. But I also said I've kind of outpriced on some of the stuff that I was buying over the last 2 weeks, and the Vibranium stuff is going up to the point to where you have different tiers in there of parallels. This is the kind of card that would appeal to a sports card collector, and I know that from personal experience, because as soon as I started looking at Marvel cards, I was like, "Wow, those are awesome." So that was the sports card collector in me, looking for something that was similar to a Topps Chrome or a Prism with refractors and parallels, and finding it in the Marvel card world. So he's like, got it.
Gosh.
But again,
and they're shiny.
But there's just different tiers of it. But just real quick to put the price notes out there, because they're numbered out of $299, like $99, $50. But the ones that are numbered out of $299 are selling for the price of what the ones numbered out of $99 were selling for a couple weeks ago. So it's like, the prices have just really gotten up there. So, I'm glad I bought what I did when I could. But right now I'm a little bit in between on buying, like now it has to make sense now. I can't go and just.
Are you still buying jambalayas?
That's another one, because of course sports card world is going to cross into the jambalayas. The only jambalayas I have are ones that I picked up in that collection.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the only good, these are all jambalayas here. So there's about, there's about 10 jambalayas in those two, but I have a couple. I have a Doctor Strange and a Carnage.
Ooh, nice.
Here, I also
what
have.
Years are those?
This is 2017. I also have a 2017 Black Symbiote Spider-Man, but that's at PSA right now.
And jambalayas, they started making those the same time as PMGs.
I think they came out a couple years later.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah.
They were in the 2013.
Oh, yeah.
No, they were.
Sets, yeah.
Okay.
But the rarity on them is way different. So people can't be fooled. And I want to put this out there for people looking. The 2013s are super rare. There's only probably about 10 in the print run. They're not serial numbered on the back, but pack odds to print run puts about 10 of each character in the population. For 2015, it puts about 30, estimating 30 to 40 of each. And then for the 2017, it's closer to 100. So for those 3 years, they're not serial numbered on the back, but that's why you're going to see the 2013s like selling for crazy, crazy money, because there's only estimated print run of 10. Now that's an estimate. That's not a hard number. That's not a serial number. But by talking with a lot of people in the Marvel card community who have crunched numbers and stuff on this, that's some of the information I've gotten.
Okay. Serious Collector says, on Whatnot, do you have to pay instantly? If so, that's good.
Yeah, you have to register your credit card, and it runs it instantly, and it'll let you know if it gets rejected or not, which happens a lot because I think a lot of people, I think the credit card companies don't know what's going on, and they think that the credit card gets stolen, so they'll often
Oh,
be rejected, but then you can rerun it, and then it'll usually go through the second time if they fix it.
okay. Good to know. Charles, I need to set up with you guys at one of the card shows, maybe in a few months. You
Charles
do it, Charles.
Charles has all the crazy PMGs and
Yeah.
vibrators.
He does.
Charles is based in Vegas, so you should be doing the
Oh,
Vegas
yes.
show, the Mint Collective show with us in March.
Yeah,
Charles,
come out to
if
Vegas,
you can make
Steve.
it. Yeah.
Come to the West.
Well, I'm going on vacation in March, but to an undecided location. So
Oh, ooh.
could be Vegas, maybe.
Miran, what platform are you guys talking about? The what? Is
Whatnot.
it Whatnot? Okay,
Yeah,
Whatnot.
Whatnot.
It's an app.
If you guys are not familiar with what Whatnot is, basically it's an app where it's an auction site. So similar to eBay, but they're live auctions. So it's like somebody goes on the live stream and they'll put up an item and they'll let it run for like 30 seconds or 1 minute. And it's just live bidding. So it's very exciting. It's very competitive. It's easy to spend a lot of money. And sometimes you can get some really good deals on there, but sometimes you overpay for things too, because you never know if you really want something and you get in a bidding war with somebody. You don't really have time to check comps or think. You just got to go and see where it goes. So it's a cool platform for that.
Now, will you leave a link in the description after the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. On my page, I'll put a link where you can sign up using my link. You follow me and you'll get like $10 credit.
Yeah, I got $10 from you. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Next, Warren, are the wax prices for Marvel like Fleer Retro still reasonable, or are they skyrocketing as well?
No.
They're skyrocketing?
I've been
I think
seeing sales today going off like crazy. Like,
didn't one box go for like $8,000 today or something like that?
Yeah, Fleer Retro. Yeah, someone posted it.
900, I think, right?
Yeah.
Gingy Man, I think, just posted a video.
Right.
Gingy Man.
The Fleer Retro stuff across all years is kind of becoming untouchable as people chase PMGs. You might be able to find better deals on some other sets, but just find what set you like. Like I said, I fell into the Vibranium set because I naturally gravitated to it as being a sports card collector. You know, it just made sense to me. Hey, this looks like Topps Chrome Refractors or Prism Silvers. And now, you know, I might have to move on to something else, but and I'm still discovering stuff out there. There's a lot.
I can imagine.
But the thing about Marvel, another thing that I learned today is like a lot of the sets are just hard numbered. Like the Marvel Masterpiece sets, the sets are just, they may not be serial numbered, but the sets just don't have high print runs, you know. They just are like, there might be 2,000 print run. It may not say it, but that's how many cards are. It's just a hard run to the set.
I'm worried a lot of the dealers and guys are worried Steve may be talking too much about this, revealing too much.
Well, I mean,
if y'all
Ginger Man's gonna put a post tomorrow. Hey guys, new record sale on Marvel Masterpieces.
Speaking of, Matt says flipping Steve is the man looking forward to meeting everyone in Atlanta. Culture Collision is awesome. Prism God puts on a good show. Oh, is that the promoter, Prism God?
Yes.
That's and have you done anything with Prism God before, Steve? Or
I have not like a promotion or anything. No, I've talked.
Have you gone to Culture Collision at all, even as a buyer?
No, because last year didn't they run it right before the National?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a week before the National or something like that. So I had already had plans and taken time off to go to the National, so I couldn't make the Atlanta show.
Well, Steve and Ryan, he asked, can you use PayPal or Venmo to pay on Whatnot? I think you have to put it in your account. I just put my card in.
Yeah, I put my credit card.
Okay.
I think PayPal for sure. I don't think you can do Venmo.
I know PayPal because I've only ever bought one thing off Whatnot, and it attached to my PayPal account.
Albert Jones, he says your IG videos are the funniest. I think he's talking about.
I appreciate that, Albert. Yeah,
he's made me do a few with him as well.
Yes.
Marvel Guy 239. What's up, good people? What's up, man? Yeah, Dan is addicted to those things. It's fun to do. Jago, support the stream by giving it a like. Please. I love podcasts. Well, I thank you. And we do have Between Two Slabs on podcasts, and I also have it in my descriptions. Dan will put in his, but we're on every platform of podcast you can think of. We just got submitted into TuneIn. yesterday, Dan. So I have to
Oh,
send you the link
awesome.
for that as well. But we're like on Apple, we're on whoever does them, Spotify, we're on all of it. Amazon, we're on the whole thing. I think we're on 20, 30 different things. We're in 50 different countries.
Yeah.
It's getting
Yeah,
bigger.
awesome. Awesome.
Mark says, like it up. Please like it up, Mark. Paul, congrats on your Whatnot debut, great curator. Last night was fun. My Whatnot name is Setwin.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I've got your package. Your package is going to go out
I saw
tomorrow.
it there.
I appreciate that.
What's that, Steve?
I saw him on there. He was bidding, I think, on some Star Wars stuff that I was looking at.
Lucas, is the Chase Star Wars car, vintage or modern? A little of both, but those Star Wars Galaxies have been very popular. The 2021s.
The Topps Chromes for me, they sold very well last night. I know people are looking for the vintage, like high end vintage graded ones from like the 1977 set, but those Star Wars Topps Chromes, like people were going crazy for those. And if you've never seen those cards, they're beautiful. They're beautiful artwork. So I love those cards a lot.
Yeah, and another alternative if you're looking vintage, because you have the 77 Luke Skywalker card number 1 blue border. That's like your vintage Grail card. That's like your Mickey Mantle.
Do you have it, Steve?
I do not.
Now, I know you were buying some of those Wonder Breads last year. I was
going to say, another alternative is the 1977 Wonder Bread set with the black borders. They have really low pop reports. They're really tough to grade, and you can get them at a fraction of the cost. And I believe they actually have the same photo on a lot of them. They cross the photos on them.
But you were already buying them pre-graded too, right?
Oh, no, I bought them already graded, but they were dirt cheap when I bought them.
I know.
I actually resold a lot of those, and I'm glad that I did, because at the time that I sold them, they had reached really big highs, and they've actually come back down to where I was originally buying them at. When Luke Skywalker made if you haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, I'm sorry. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah, right. It's
Luke
okay. I think mostly our watchers have already seen it.
Spoiler warning.
But
as you know, though, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is coming out. It's going to be a mini series. I don't think it's going to be a full series, just a mini series. And Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are reprising the roles. And apparently that's either going to come out end of April or beginning of May. A lot of people speculate it's going to be on May the 4th.
And also, if you're looking to collect and you want a cheap alternative on vintage.
What's that?
For myself, I buy the 1977 Panini stickers from Italy.
Star Wars?
Yeah, so this would be from a sticker book.
Oh, wow.
And, very cool.
They're written in Italian, and they say Italy on the PSA case, because Panini, had to make stickers in 1977. They couldn't make color.
Yeah.
So that's what I collect. My Star Wars PC is a whole bunch of these. My Star Wars PC is 1977 Italy stickers, because it's fun to collect, because it's inexpensive. I can buy them graded for less than the grading fee. So
awesome.
Definitely good buys. Definitely good finds. What's up, Dakota? Sparks Cards Anonymous says, "Whoa! Who are those good-looking dudes?"
I did an interview with Sports Card Anonymous. I think he's gonna post it Thursday. So you guys definitely check out his channel. Super cool guy. I got to know him a little bit. So excited to see that one come out.
Yeah, I love watching Dakota. Great guy.
Yes.
Money Mike, when is Dan and Merlin coming out with their own protective slabs?
Okay, let me tell you guys this. We're trying to get sponsorships here from Graded Guard or Slab Mag, so probably not, but we'll be pushing those for a while.
Yeah, that's a lot more work to do. But we're probably going to definitely talk about doing Between Two Slabs on the road. We're going to do a tour. We'll be like the Impractical Jokers, but on tour.
Sure.
Tell me if you guys would enjoy doing maybe a live show with people watching us as we do this. If we go to some of these big card shows, I think that'd be kind of fun if we get a small room or something. So give us some feedback on that, guys.
Yes, that's our goal. Mike says, could you each give your top 3 collectible Marvel characters when it comes to cards? I think it's going to be pretty similar.
Yeah, I'll go first. Let me go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in terms of for me, it's going to be Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Captain America.
Oh, good.
I would say that's from a value standpoint, probably. I mean, from a expense standpoint, but yeah. Go ahead, Merle. I know who one of yours is.
Mine's Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and right now Moon Knight.
Mine's probably Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch for sure. And this was
I like
long
Scarlett.
before.
I was almost to say her too.
And
But
what's cool is that now they're going to be really focused on the next movie, but I liked them long before I knew that was going to happen. And I like Blade.
oh yeah, when is Blade coming out? Is it coming out this year as well?
Is it rumored that I don't know if this is a spoiler, but is he that guy that said something at the end scene?
Yes.
Yes.
In
After
the Eternals?
Are you
Yes.
sure you're
Right?
ready for this, Mr. Whitman? Are you sure you're ready for this?
Yeah, he's talking to the Dark Knight
Yeah.
or the Black Knight.
That'd be
Not the
interesting. That'd be
Black
interesting.
Knight.
Pick up the Ebony Blade, and then the voice is in. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's definitely Mahershala Ali's voice.
Yeah.
He's Blade.
Yeah. And he's confirmed, right, as the actor?
Yes. Now, yeah, I think
Awesome.
they've already shooting.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait for that.
Stephen Ryan says, any of you guys going to the March Philly show? That would be great, but
man,
too soon, maybe.
yeah, because we're going to in February. We're going at the end of February. We're going to the Atlanta show, Culture Collision. Then the following week, I don't know if you know this, Merlin. The following week is Dallas, and we already got our table there.
Oh yes,
Okay.
we'll be in Dallas too.
And I think either the following week or 2 weeks later is the Mint Collective in Vegas. So probably don't have time to go to Philly. That's just too much traveling for us guys. But maybe the next show. Maybe the next show.
I've never traveled so much in my life, man. This is
Is
crazy.
that
This
Philly
is our
show?
life. This is
show
our life,
overlap?
Merlin.
Huh?
Is the Philly show overlapping with Dallas? Because I feel like Philly is a week after. Because
That's
I
what
always
we're
go.
saying. I think it is.
I haven't missed Philly in like at least a year, but because I'm going to Atlanta, and then I saw Philly was like the very following weekend, I might not be able to make Philly just due to scheduling conflicts, with my job and stuff.
Is that pretty close to you, Philadelphia?
Yeah, I can drive there with in less than an hour and a half.
Oh wow, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it's the closest big city to me.
I think we should try to get out there sometime this year,
Definitely.
because people
We'll
keep
try.
saying that Philly's as big as Dallas.
It
but
is?
for us, it's really far. It's clear across the country. But
those are usually straight
yeah.
flights, though. We could go from LAX to Philly because that's an
It's
international
usually a
airport.
good show, and it's held in the Valley Forge Convention Center, which is a casino, so it has its own hotel. So and it's affordable. It's not super expensive, so you can stay right there. And also, the trade night last time was awesome. They had a really good trade. Yeah.
All right, Merlin, we're gonna book the next show. Not the next show, but the next show. We'll go there. Okay.
Yeah, I love Philadelphia. It's been a long time since I've been there. Probably like 25 years.
This is our life now, guys. We are card gypsies. We travel the country, filming
Jet setter
live
card gypsies.
Yeah, filming live shows between the two slabs and also doing card shows.
Gosh, yes, I've got the bug now that I went to Dallas, and it's Dan's fault. Sports and Heroes Collectors. Hey guys, Steve, since you are in the Marvel cards, are you also in the comic books?
Yes, I collected comic books before I collected Marvel cards. Even back during the junk wax era of cards, I collected during what's referred to as the dark ages in comics, because the same thing going on in the early 90s with cards, with mass production, started going on with comic books, where they were this first issue, 4 different prints, just massively produced. But I collected that stuff back then as well and continue now. But, I'm just smarter in what I look for in my comic books. And my comic books is definitely more geared towards what I like.
Right.
It's definitely more PC oriented. I don't necessarily buy comic books to resell like I do sports cards.
Now, will any of you guys bring any comic books to sell at Atlanta?
No, just because I don't have room for that stuff in my case.
It's just too big?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Axel C says, guys, I'm struggling to decide which top pieces to put up for sale. Have a lot of good pieces that I'm scared to sell and never see again. That will continue going up in value. Now, what's your top pieces? Let us know, Axel.
Here's my my thoughts on that, Axel. For me, it's always about the process, right? Collecting is about the process, not so much the individual item. I'll buy things, I'll enjoy it, I'll put it on the shelf to display, or I'll just put it in a box and I'll never look at it again. Because for me, it's all about the thrill of the hunt and the purchase, right? So I would just say these items, don't be afraid to take profit. If you have a good cost basis and you can take profit, or you need the money, go ahead, let it go. If it doesn't bring you any joy when you look at it, then it's okay to let it go and then try to find something else to get that joy out of it. But if you pick it up and you love it, you really love it, then it's okay to hold on to it also.
Good to know. What do we have next? Click on here, man. What we have? Let's see some more. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. I love Doctor Strange, and I almost bought a blue Doctor Strange PMG off ComC, and I couldn't find it even on eBay to compare with. And then all of a sudden, I get the group messenger. Steve goes, "Hey guys, I just bought a blue Doctor Strange PMG off ComC," and I'm like, "Damn it, that's what I get for procrastinating." You get Steve to get you like that.
2015 one with his arms out.
It's a beautiful photo too. It's a great artwork.
I just lost one at auction for $990, and I skimmed over to ComC, and they had one for $1,200. But then if you put in your name, ComC gives you a discount. And I was like, well, that's not much more than what I just lost it at. And that was the same night I bought that red raw that I showed earlier. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this now.
Yeah. Steve's everywhere, man. He's everywhere finding deals.
We got some celebrities in the house tonight. Let's say hi to some of these guys. Armin, my buddy Armin.
Hey, Armin.
Armin Blue.
What's
up, house? Check out this joker here.
Oh, Neo in the house. PMG's to the moon. Yeah. Oh my God, we have all kinds of great people here tonight. Moran R, where do you buy? Everywhere. Everywhere online.
Yeah. All the auction
a great
sites.
Place. eBay, My Slabs, Starstock, Whatnot's
a great place.
Alt, PWCC, Marketplace.
That's such a noob that I am. I haven't. I've just really started using ComC a lot more, and just haven't never really used it much in the past. And to be honest, I've bought off ComC in the past and didn't even know that if you had an account, stuff was cheaper. And I never had an account, so I was looking up some Marvel cards and I was like, what the hell? I'm also go ahead and get an account. And I did. And all the prices went down. And I was like, what just happened? I'm like, you know how much money I could have saved over the last year if I knew that?
Oh, man. Yeah, I love it, man. I've been dumping a lot of my cards there and like building a bank and buying stuff from my bank.
Yeah, that's just a new move for me. I'm like I make mistakes too. I don't know everything. So, but anybody in the chat, if you don't know, if you sign up on ComC, stuff's cheap.
And ComC, if you're listening to us, please pay us. Give some money for plugging you all. But yeah, there's some great deals on ComC if you have an account, but build an account. And you can also sell cards on there, graded and raw. And then if you buy something, you can actually keep it in your collection and mail it whenever you want to. So you could buy that Doctor Strange blue PMG from Steve on ComC. And then if you have an account, you can keep it there and then sell it anytime you wish. You can sell it that same day if you wanted to. Neo, damn it, I bought out of FOMO. You're always the FOMO, man.
Yes. My buddy Evan's in the house.
What's up, Evan?
What's up, Evan?
Mike says, hey, do you guys think that DC cards will ever pop off? It'd be great, but not anytime soon. What do you think?
I think when this is when we were talking about this earlier, if you missed it in the stream, but there has to be two things that happen that will make any category or subject matter pop off. One is there has to be some type of validation. Like somebody has to pay a lot of money for something that gets people's attention, like a record-breaking sale in an auction or something like that. And then two, somebody has to bring awareness, whether it's a big celebrity or an influencer on YouTube or something. Somebody has to start talking about it, and then people will start to take notice. And once they become aware of something they probably never even knew existed, and they see value in it, that's when it will pop up. So I do think DC will get there at some point. I was watching some items over this past weekend in the PWCC auctions. So I did see like some price movement there. And I think that it's just going to be a matter of time before people start looking at that.
I think you have some really high-end vintage stuff in DC already, like the Batman and Superman stuff. That stuff sells really high dollar, especially in good grades. But that's what DC is known for, though. They're not necessarily putting out a lot of new characters that people are gravitating to. It seems kind of mom and dadish. And I'm an older person. Even growing up collecting comics, it was always like Marvel seemed like the cool kid on the block. And DC just had their couple select few. I'm surprised with like the Peacemaker series with John Cena playing that role. Have
you seen it?
I have not, because
I'm
watching something else, so I'm going to wait. But yeah, if that didn't really draw much attention to it now, what's it going to take? Like like Dan said, I just don't think their marketing is as strong. And I just, their movies haven't been that good, to be honest, in comparison to the MCU stuff. So, again,
I did enjoy the Zack Snyder's director's cut. Did you see that one?
That was good. That was good.
That was great.
It was like a completely different movie.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay,
T. Jones. A lot of comic collectors don't like cards.
Yeah, I was commenting about that when I went to the comic convention. I didn't see any of them have it, and I asked them too, and they kind of looked at me like, "No, we don't play around with that guy." Stuff. Yes, but I think that it would be very easy for them to segue into that. Like before I got really into cards, I was a heavy toy collector, and it was very easy for me to jump into cards. So I just think it's it has to get to a point where they see value in it, and then they will go there.
Okay, let's get some more questions going. I see a lot on the chat line. Do you guys like the images of the comic character or the real life movie character on the cards? I like
both. Yeah.
Steve, how about you?
I like both. Kind of. I prefer images than I do the character, like the actor, because again, like I said, I'm older. So when I look at Robert Downey Jr., I don't necessarily see Iron Man. I see the kid sitting. I see the kid in Weird Science. Picking on Anthony McFarlane. You know what I mean? So it's like
that's interesting comment, because I think for people who grew up in the last 20 years, that's Iron Man to them, right?
Right.
Like when I think about X-Men, I don't think about the X-Men movies. I think about the 90s X-Men cartoon series, which I grew up. Right. So it's all about like the era that you grew up in and what is most nostalgic to you.
Yeah, that's one big thing. I think that, the Spider-Man movie, let's not skip over the fact that having a Spider-Man movie at this point did definitely not hurt the sales of these Spider-Man PMGs.
No.
Especially when they threw all three, because everybody might relate to a different Spider-Man. Some people's Spider-Man might be Tobey Maguire. Some people's might be Andrew Garfield. Some people might be Tom Holland. Well, they gave us all three. So now you have, boom, it's Spider-Man on a card. It's not anyone's certain face. We just know that it's Spider-Man, and everybody could relate in their own way to Spider-Man, regardless of who the actor was that played him.
Mm-hmm.
And rumor is they're going to give us even more of those three. That's just rumor.
Nice. Okay, Stephen Ryan.
Are you guys buying these soccer cards now? Oh, definitely.
Yes. One thing I didn't really talk about. Well, I think I did. I think we did talk about this, but for me at the Dallas show, the cards that most people were interested in were Marvel and soccer. And I sold as much soccer cards as I did anything else at the Dallas show. So definitely I'm looking to pick up more soccer right now. I think this is the year for it with the World Cup. And I think you too, Merlin, you're buying soccer also, right?
Oh, I love soccer. Definitely. All the World Cup guys, U.S. men, everyone I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding on a lot too for World Cup.
Yeah.
Mono Quack. Can you guys discuss about why Upper Deck don't print any more Fantastic Four characters in their Marvel cards, including Silver Surfer and Galactus? I didn't even know that. Steve, did you know this?
I think it's a licensing issue with them. They're like, I think it has to do with the movies or something like that, where like Spidey Jew was telling me about this. There's like a ban list of characters that they're not allowed to print right now because they're trying to figure out the licenses of the movies or something like that.
With the studios and stuff?
I know Nightcrawler is one of the banned characters too.
Nightcrawler, Gambit, Fantastic Four, and I guess Silver Surfer and Galactus.
Well, they printed this year's Fleer product. Is that Upper Deck? Right?
Yeah.
Upper Deck.
Yes.
I know they printed Gambit in this year's product. In the 2020 or 2021, he's got red PMGs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How about Dr. Doom? Is he part of it too?
Yeah, maybe. I haven't seen his card. I haven't seen his card in a while.
I haven't seen Dr. Doom
But people said, I read the whole thing that they said that they see a Dr. Doom cameo or like name in the Moon Knight trailer.
Interesting.
So go check it out. I love podcasts. Do you guys think AEW is the future of wrestling? Hell yeah, baby.
I think AEW is legit. I think
too legit to quit.
They're doing it the right way in terms of the storylines that they're creating. The talent is interchangeable to me. Like they've got great talent. WWE has great talent. They've been on both brands, right? But I think what really sets them apart is the storylines that are getting people. People forget wrestling is not about athleticism anymore. Like everybody's super athletic. Everybody can do all sorts of crazy things.
Yes.
It's about the storyline. It's a soap opera. And whoever can tell the best stories gets the best viewers.
Yeah, they're definitely doing great jobs on the long-term storylines too. Not only just with like the main eventers, but the mid-tier and lower tier guys too. Great storylines, great booking. And you see WWE just very desperate with their booking, and they're constantly rewriting storylines with the mid-tier and low-tier guys. And it's just becoming a disaster.
Yeah,
I hope they can fix it.
Yeah, but I will say this Sunday is the Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the whole year, so I'm super excited about that. I love the surprises that come out, so hopefully they do it really good.
That's Saturday night, right? Is it Saturday? It's Saturday. I think it's Saturday. I think so because of the playoff games on Sunday. I think it's Saturday night.
Oh, man. Okay, we're going to have to leave that show early so we can catch that.
Or watch the replay.
Okay, let's see here.
Next. Do you guys think eBay made a mistake with the authentication thing they announced? I think it will be inevitable. They'll cause a monster backlog and wait times. Who wants to take this one?
I don't know the whole story. I saw that they're going to do it, but I don't know like what kind of program they're implementing. Are they saying that we all have to get them authenticated, or is it optional?
I don't really know the whole thing. I mean, I've been hearing all kinds of different things today, but I haven't really gotten to the research yet.
If anybody can explain it to us, let us know, and then we can comment. But for me, I don't know what's going on, so I can't really comment on that.
Steve, do you know anything?
I really didn't dive into it that much. I still use eBay primarily as a buyer.
Me
at this
too.
point. eBay's like my last-ditch effort to sell a card now. They just I've lost my interest. I know they have the biggest eyes, the biggest audience. But things like this could necessarily cause that to change, with more and more platforms coming out, ways to sell your cards. eBay is the last place that I go to sell now.
I don't sell on eBay anymore. I have other options, other avenues that I sell on. I just did not like the mechanics of it from a seller's perspective. I just didn't like how they had like a no questions asked return policy, and the fees were higher than most other sites. So I just got off of it completely. I buy.
The last 40 cards I've sold on eBay have gone through consignment. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Really?
So for myself, I'll consign like lower end slabs and stuff like that. So I don't have to list them. I don't have to ship them. I don't have to worry about returns and things like that. It's just convenient. I'm one person, so if I want to sell 20 cards on eBay, I got to do the listings, I got to do the shipping, I got to this, that. I got a full-time job and a family, so it's easier for me to put them in a box, send them to a consigner, and I'll keep the stuff that I want to keep for Atlanta or my slabs or whatever. But as far as selling in bulk, I get my stuff on consignment.
Yeah.
So, Inglorious Peace says, what is all at Atlanta show besides sports cards? Well, I guess everything, isn't it?
Yeah, we've never been there, but on their flyer, they say sneakers, comics, collectibles, and cards. So it should be interesting.
We're going to bring some sports. We're going to bring lots of non-sports. I know I will, Dan. I know, Steve, you're going to too as well, right?
Be bringing, I'm sorry?
Like non-sports as well. Sports.
Oh, yeah. Primarily, most of my it depends on how much room I have. I'm bringing a case of sports cards and a case of miscellaneous. This is all Marvel, and this is all going. So one full case of Marvel, and then my big Pelican is like a couple rows of sports, and then
wow.
Well, most of it's all sports except for some movie star stuff that's in there.
All right,
it's soccer, basketball.
Oh gosh, you got everything.
It's a mix, yeah. Vintage, new, old. I mean, I got to try to figure out a way to theme myself, or somebody's going to walk up to the showcase and be like, "Oh my God, I'm lost." It's all over the place.
I know that feeling, man. Evan says, "Dan, next show I want to move into a Wolverine card. Need to do some research first."
All right, I got you, brother. You come talk to me. I'll tell you where to go.
Jago, as new valuable cards keep popping up, should I buy a little and grade them, or buy more and grade later?
It depends on what you try to do. This is my strategy, guys.
Okay.
The cards that I get that I want to flip, I send them to PSA Express. I pay the $150 fee because for me, I need to get those back quickly. So I'm paying for the quick turnaround. and then I'll just incorporate that price into my price for that card. If you're not flipping, then yeah, you can go with the lower cost option and get them back in a few months. It's not going to hurt you at all.
Good. So who we have next here?
This is an interesting one.
Okay, let's find an interesting one. Chris, ever think of coming out to New York City for a show? Maybe Bleecker Trading? I don't know much about the New York City shows. Are they any good? Steve, have you been any?
I've never been to a New York show. No.
Okay.
I heard that they have a New York, they call it like a New York, what do they call it? A New York national show, like a huge show. So that might be interesting. And then it's funny that you mentioned Bleecker Trading. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's like a store in New York that kind of specializes. It's like a boutique shop where they get people to come in there and host trade nights. It's not a traditional LCS. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. I would love, I don't know if this would ever get back to them, but if they would have us out there, Merlin, we could do a between two slabs, a trade night at Bleecker Street Trading. I think that would be awesome. So if you guys want to see that, please try to reach out to them. Maybe they're big time, so they don't care about us, but like maybe they'll look at us and be like,
we have a lot of goals for 2022, man. We have a lot of goals.
Maybe they'll be like, okay, we got this last minute cancellation. Let's bring these two Yahoos out here.
Be a shit show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Flea market mixtape. I think the G1 Transformer cards look really cool.
I love those cards.
What is it?
Generation 1 Transformers cards. They're from 1985 or 86, I think.
Transformer, the toys Transformers?
Yeah. And they're the artwork from the packaging of the toys, like the classic artwork. People don't know those exist, and they're not even that expensive, but people are starting to grade them right now, and they're really cool. I tried to buy a couple here and there. They don't pop up that much, but I always get beat out for them.
Have you seen these, Steve?
I have not.
Oh, wow. I have to look into it. Feed the gods. Any advice for WWE slabs? Who to chase and who to forget? Well, definitely the GOATs, right? I mean,
the GOAT.
If we're talking about the Hall of Famers,
right? Hogan, Ric Flair, Ultimate Warrior. If you want the modern guys, it's really difficult because they get released. So like you could put your money into somebody and then they're gone the next week. So I don't speculate on that. But if I'm going to do any of the modern cards, definitely it's the same principles from sports cards and comic cards. You get the numbered parallels or the rare inserts. And if you're going to get them graded, you get the high grade ones.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the Dallas show, I sold all 3 of my John Cena 2002 Fleer rookie cards. Those all went. I sold my Randy Savage action-packed autograph card from 1994. Those all went. And yeah, I sold a lot of wrestling in Dallas. And then I guess if it's modern, the only people, I mean, the AEW is hot right now, but then the only people I guess would be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Yeah. And I would just say, don't speculate
and the women,
on
Sasha Banks and the rest, others.
Don't speculate on profit and making, price and making a profit. Go buy the guys that you like to follow.
Exactly.
That's how you're going to get the most enjoyment out of it.
Steve, have you bought any wrestling cards lately?
I haven't. I almost bid on that Charlotte Flair auto last night on Whatnot.
That went for a steal, guys.
You didn't tell me about the Charlotte Flair. I missed Charlotte Flair.
That should have been a 250 card. That should have been a 250 card. Somebody got it for $120.
Are you kidding me?
It sold, and I looked at it, and I was like, I don't know much about modern wrestling cards, but that had to be the steal of the night. I was like, I regret not bidding. I was like,
oh my gosh, I can shoot myself in the foot for not being on there. I had to watch 90 Day Fiance, and I lost out to Charlotte Flair.
Yes,
what?
Yes.
I'm gonna kill my girlfriend. Oh my gosh!
And it was back. It was like the Andre the Giant board game card back when I was.
Oh yeah, so you've got a few of those. I saw.
Yeah, well, actually, all of them sold except for one.
Really?
People, as soon as I did that SGC video reveal, I got a whole bunch of pings on Instagram asking me about the Andre the Giant cards.
Oh, wow.
I was kind of surprised too. So now I only have one left.
We've got to buy more Andre. Mm-hmm. Chris says, do you like U.S. men's national team guys as a play? Future's bright. Yes, I do. Since we are in the United States and soccer has become very popular in the United States.
Yeah. I think it's a play. The only guy that I would really buy though would be Pulisic. That's my guy that I would be investing in. How about you guys?
West McKinney, Sergino Dest, Gianluca Busio, Chris Richards. There's a handful of guys that I know of. I've got them all. I've got the autographs too.
Yeah, I'm stashed on
even the women's players. You know, Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan and Carly Lloyd and even who's hot is Dennis Rodman's daughter. She's 19, apparently a soccer prodigy and like a big name.
I would buy Alex Morgan too. I'm a big fan of Alex Morgan. I think
I forget what her name is. Something Rodman, of course, but she does have like autograph cards and everything, rookie cards. So look out for her.
It's been stashing Pulisic in anything U.S. men's national team. I'm not necessarily buying his Chelsea or Dortmund stuff kits, but his U.S. men's national team. That was the last pickup.
It's pretty popular.
Philly show.
Nice. What is that? A gold standard?
Yeah, on card. He doesn't have many on cards.
So. Oh, gorgeous! Oh, on card. They did it for gold standard. Wow.
It's another one.
That's not the same one you just showed me. You have two of those.
All integrated. And then I have two of his select rookies from 2016.
Ooh, look at Steve. Wow.
Those are nice.
Gorgeous in his American kit.
And this is on the horizon. So this is a PSA.
I love those. Definitely.
But what's cool about this is these are normally city-based. And this one's actually country-based. It's got all the landmarks from the United States in it, like the Statue of Liberty, the Liberty Bell,
oh, wow.
Lincoln Memorial, all kinds of stuff in that swirl behind him. Where these are normally based around the city that you're from, this one's actually based from the country that he's going to play for. So,
which one is the most expensive of those Pulisic cards you showed me?
I don't know. I've had these for a long time, to be honest. I've had these since pre. I've had them pre-national. So it's like the only one I bought recently was this, because this was at the Philly trade night, and the guy had it out on the table for a price that I just couldn't turn down.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So, King's Cards, guys. Who do you guys use for your consignments?
I don't consign with anybody. I sell everything myself.
Well, I'd send a bunch of junk cards in the ComC, and like I said, I was using that, and I put a lot of cards on auction. And a lot of my junk cards, I got some really good money for, which I was surprised. And then some of the cards that I thought I was going to get lots of money for, I got nothing for. And I was really surprised that some of the cards that were guys who don't even start anymore, they're 1 or 2 years out and don't even play, sold more than a card that was a star that was graded. So go figure. The madness of that. I can't understand it.
So far, I've consigned 3 times, and it's been through DC Sports 87. And that's it. I'm not sponsored by them, so I'm not going to plug them. You find just search the different consigners and find which one is right for you. Look at the fees that they charge. Look at how they pay you out. All kinds of different things like that. And then, and also the convenience of how it is to ship to them. What I like about that one is all I got to do is put my cards in a box with my name and my email address and ship it.
Oh, wow.
They do all the looking up and all the listing and everything like that. They give me a link to my auctions. I can actually click the link and it pulls up everything I got for sale. And to your point, consigning, I'll send in 20 slabs at a time. 10 of them will go for less than what I thought they would go for, but then 10 of them will go for more than what I thought they were going to go for. So it'll kind of be like a wash. In the end,
it balances it out.
It balances it out. But you'll look at one card and you'll be like, man, that went low. And then you'll look at another one and you'll be like, whoa, that one oversold. So it's kind of balance itself out at the moment.
I love it. Dan, we got some more questions going on, brother?
I think this is going to be pretty much it. We got to the end here.
We did get the end here?
Yeah, so I think this is a good time. Maybe we can just kind of wrap things up with our final thoughts. I got to go have dinner with the family.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have some dinner, too, but because we're going to have
I know you're going to prepare for after dark, right? So you got to go take a bath, get all relaxed.
I'm going to get a bubble bath. I'm going to come live in the bubble bath. Steve, you better get in the bath so we can take a bath together.
Whoa.
We'll blow bubbles at one another and cards and bubbles. So check me out on Merle World After Dark. I'm going to have Steve again right after this show. It'll be on at 8:30 Pacific time, 11:30 Eastern time, which is Steve time. So I won't try to keep him up too late unless he's just having a damn good time, which I hope he does. So check us out on Merle World Cards and check me out on Instagram. Steve, you have anything to say?
Oh no, just everybody do it. Do it. Makes you have fun in the hobby. That's what it all boils down to. It's cliche to say collect what you love, but that's the true statement. Yes, my name is Flipping Steve, but I'm more of a collector than I'm a flipper. Maybe it didn't start that way.
Right.
Maybe I got back into this and I was like, man, there's a little bit of money to be made, but I'm not the person that give up my job to make this my livelihood. I don't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's turned more into, I rediscovered the collector in myself. And I find myself buying all these little oddball cards now because I love them, not because I think that I'm going to be able to flip a Pearl Jam card in a month. You know what I mean? I love it because I love the band and I love the card. So, whether you're flipping or collecting or flipping to collect or whatever, just do it. Makes you happy. Just do it. And, and my content is here because I needed someone to talk to. We're going to talk about my content real quick. Like, I started my channel because I was getting back into cards and my wife was tired of hearing about it. And I needed somebody else. I needed somebody else to talk to. And I just got behind the camera one night, and then I just got a bunch of friends because we all share the same interests.
Right.
And it's just grown into that, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Dan?
I'll say one thing. Well, first of all, let me say, like, we had the most people in our live tonight, so that was great.
Crazy, guys.
I think that's the Flipping Steve effect.
So
I appreciate that. If we have any new viewers, please follow Merlin and I on Instagram and YouTube. If you guys are coming over from Flipping Steve's channel, and for our regular people, if you don't know Flipping Steve, please follow him. So that was cool. So I appreciate all you guys' support. To kind of bookend what we started off talking about today, I just want to tell you guys, look, this hobby is all about fun. There's really no room for negativity. We don't have to get worked up and try to attack each other or things like that. There's just no room for that. We ain't got time for that. Okay, me and Merlin, we're traveling the country, going to different card shows. We're hosting live events. We're making content for you guys every night. That's where our focus is. So we are going to keep. So I'll make this pledge right now. I will keep you guys busy with my content, with my focused content, my positive content. I hope that's entertaining for you guys. We don't have to pay attention to any of those other guys. They got their own crowd, but that's not our people. Okay, you guys are our people, so we appreciate all the support that you guys do. And I'll just say that that's it. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Thank you guys so much for your support.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Again, Mer World Cards at 8:30 with Steve. Steve, make sure I tell you that Dale Earnhardt joke, okay? Or that story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll see y'all again. So,